Hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about food combinations. We need to eat foods that work together in combination, okay? Now, of course, you can eat foods that don't work together in combinations. That's okay, but you are making a byproduct, okay? No matter if it hurts your stomach or not. And that's kind of what patients that I talk to and want to know more about Ayurveda, they're always surprised to hear that. Avoid the following combinations because when eaten together, these foods create poor digestion, malabsorption, and clogging of the channel. You don't know when you're having poor malabsorption and clogging of the channels. That's just a little bit of clogging and a little bit of malabsorption and a little poor digestion at a time until all of a sudden your function isn't working anymore because you're clogged. So these food combinations are melons with any other food. Eat melons by themselves as a treat, okay? Sour fruits with milk or yogurt. Milk, yogurt, and fruits, okay? And specifically sour fruits, okay? Like people like to eat fruits sometimes that aren't even ripe yet. But sour fruits will come in, and the first thing I always ask is, do you take yogurt and fruit together? And the number one condition that gets caused by taking a lot of yogurt and fruit together is this malabsorption and poor digestion. But what ends up happening is skin rashes or skin kinds of disorders. Bananas with milk, corn, starches, or radishes is a poor food combination. Fish with milk or yogurt or any kind of dairy product. You know, so you go somewhere and you have this delicious meal and it has this wonderful cheese on this fish. Well, what you're doing is you're combining a fish protein, which really decays very fast in the body, and a dairy product. And if it's a cheese or mold. So you have this decay and mold combination, and the body is not very good at digesting it, so there's always a byproduct left. Cheese with yogurt, eggs, or mangoes. Cheese with yogurt, eggs, or mango. The other day, this woman came in to see me. She was 59 years old, and it was amazing. It was actually the first time this ever happened to me as an Ayurvedic doctor and a chiropractor practicing Ayurveda. She had a stroke on Wednesday, and they released her from the hospital, and she was in my office on Thursday. So I examined her, did my chiropractic examination, did my Ayurvedic examination and questions, and took her pulse the day after she had a stroke. And I asked her what she ate. She said she had eggs and cheese every morning. Well, if you go look on nutritionfacts.org, which is a nutritional research engine, and their research, Dr. Michael Greger breaks down research. All he's doing is reading research, underlining it, making 3-minute videos or so to explain research to people. And the research on eggs is scary. Eggs have totally more dietary cholesterol than just about any food, and cheese. She was taking, and she was a kapha body type. So she was taking, what is a kapha body type? A body type with a slow basal metabolic digestion. And it clogs easily because it doesn't have a lot of hydrochloric acid. These are the people that just were born big and they just battle obesity and the bulge all their life. And if they take egg and cheese and they don't have a lot of hydrochloric acid and they have slow motility in their gut, they clog up easily. And that's exactly what happened to this lady. So she's on the mend and she's eating better and she's changing and she's learning about her body type and she's feeling better, just to let you know. The next combination is bread with milk, eggs with milk, yogurt, and starches. Also starches with yogurt, dates, persimmon, or milk. Raisins with radishes or corn. I mean, sometimes raisins go in big salads with both radishes and corn, and they do not have any kind of good digestive interaction between them, so they leave undigested food in the GI tract. This is a very important word called ama, A-M-A. What does ama mean in Sanskrit? Undigested food that putrefies and ferments, okay, and is sticky and leads to clogging. And then that clogging makes its way to the bloodstream, and something called toxemia can occur. So ama, undigested food that putrefies and ferments, mixes and gets into the bloodstream with toxemia. Ama causes toxemia. Undigested food that ferments and putrefies causes pollution in the blood, otherwise known as toxemia. And all of that comes from poor food combinations and many other types of activities that imbalance the body. Tomatoes with lemon, milk, or yogurt. Tomatoes with lemon, milk, or yogurt. I've taken that, but I know that's a poor food combination. Potatoes with milk or yogurt. Potatoes with milk, that's mashed potatoes, okay? And I do eat mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving, and I do love them. But I don't do it all the time because I know it's a poor food combination. And the older I get, the more I'm concerned about being clogged up, because feeling clogged up without knowing it. And what are those three things that happen? Poor digestion, malabsorption, clogging of the channels. What channel? The digestive channel. What's the digestive channel? The esophagus, the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, the small intestines, the large intestines, clogged up, and then polluting the blood. And that can lead to all kinds of lifestyle diseases. And then eggplant with milk or yogurt. So most people are in the habit of eating too much food, much more food than they really need. And then they're doing poor food combining. And that is causing what? Ama and toxemia. Ama is undigested food that ferments and putrefies in the GI tract, causing malabsorption, causing clogging of the channels, and causing poor digestion. And toxemia is pollution of the blood of this ama. Okay, so each meal should consist, according to Ayurveda, about 2.5 handfuls of food, so that after your meal, your stomach contains 1/3 solid food, 1/3 liquid, and 1/3 remains empty to allow space and energy for digestion. So those are some of the basic understanding in food, and that goes for all three body types. Now, it gets a lot more nuanced when you're talking about for all three body types. And I'm going to talk more about that later. But I will say in this video that the 13 body types, right, that I keep talking about, that are made of the 5 elements and Purusha, which I've talked about extensively in other videos, and you can go back and check those. All three body types have unique 6 tastes. Okay, there are 6 tastes: sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, and astringent. And each one of those particular body types that are understood, okay, more simply by just saying, what kind of basal metabolic rate do they have? How fast does their physiology works? That is another way of saying basal metabolic rate. So a Vata body type has the fastest physiology, the fastest basal metabolic rate. They eat the food and it goes right through them. Pitta has the most hydrochloric acid, and Kapha has the least hydrochloric acid and the slowest basal metabolic rate. Knowing that about yourself, understanding for the poor food combinations, and then understanding that basically, and if you go listen nowadays, because of all this intermittent fasting, there's so much information out there. They're saying straight out the same thing that the ancient scientists have said for 5,000 years, and that is, you don't need as much food as you think you do. They're saying 2.5 handfuls of food, leaving the stomach 1/3 empty, so that it can have space to digest, because what is digestion? The first process of digestion, it is the churning of the stomach. There are like 6 layers of muscles, and the stomach is churning. And so if it's all full, that churning doesn't get to be as effective. So that's today's video. And please, if you like this information and you want more, please subscribe, comment, and like my channel. And if you had questions about what I'm talking about, or you want more, please just put it in the comment and I will make a video out of it. Okay, have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you again.